The alarm pierced the darkness at 5:30 a.m., but Daniel Rhodes was already awake. Quarterly reports showed his Silver Maple Diner's East Side location hemorrhaging employees and drowning in complaints. As CEO, Daniel had built 43 locations on one principle: treat employees like family. But something was rotting at the East Side branch. He dressed in worn khakis and a faded work shirt, clothes from his maintenance days. At 6:40 a.m., he arrived as Dave Mitchell. "You must be Dave," a warm voice called. A young woman with kind eyes and auburn hair stood behind the counter. Her name tag read Mia. "Want some coffee?" There was no forced cheerfulness, just genuine warmth. When an elderly man entered, she wasn't just taking an order. She was checking on an old friend. "How long have you worked here?" Daniel asked. 2 years next month. Though lately, I'm not sure how much longer any of us will last. The kitchen doors swung open. A tall man strode out. Ashton Reed, shift manager. "Mia, why is the new maintenance guy at the counter?" The temperature dropped. "I was just being friendly. Dave got here early, so I offered him some coffee." Employees fraternizing can send the wrong message. At 7 a.m., Mia brought Daniel pancakes and eggs. "Welcome breakfast." As he ate, he noticed her glancing toward Ashton's office, the tension in her shoulders. Something was very wrong. Over 3 days, Daniel discovered the truth. Tuesday, Ashton watched Mia like a hawk, noting everything on his clipboard. When she comped a coffee refill, he wrote it down. When she stayed past her break, that went on the clipboard too. Wednesday, Ashton cornered Mia. "Let's say a customer comes in 5 minutes before closing. Kitchen's cleaned, but this customer tips well. What do you do?" "It was a trap." "I'd probably ask you what to do," Mia said carefully. "But what if I wasn't available?" "I guess I'd serve them. The customer comes first, right?" "And what if it meant bending health department rules?" "I don't know. I want to take care of customers, but I don't want to get anyone in trouble." Sometimes good employees have to show initiative, even if it means coloring outside the lines. Daniel felt sick. This was entrapment. Thursday, Ashton approached with a recording device. "You've been clocking in early several days." "I thought that was okay. I like to help with setup." "Is that wrong?" "It shows disregard for schedules. It could be seen as showing off." Mia's face crumbled. She was being punished for caring. "I'm sorry." Friday at 9:30, Ashton placed a yellow post-it on Mia's register. "This says to serve breakfast past cutoff time, but that's against policy. Sometimes we have to be flexible. But what if corporate finds out?" "Corporate cares about revenue. They don't care about when we stop flipping pancakes." At 10:28, Mr. Henley shuffled in for his weekly blueberry pancakes. "Doctor says I shouldn't have them, what with my diabetes, but a man's got to have some joy." Daniel's blood turned to ice. Mia glanced at the clock. 10:30. Breakfast service had ended. She pulled the post-it from her pocket. "Wait, Mr. Henley. Let me see what I can do." At 10:35, Mr. Henley received his pancakes. Daniel noticed Ashton at his window, phone to his ear, staring at Mia. A security camera had recorded everything. That afternoon, Daniel slipped into Ashton's office. Manila folders covered the desk. Mia's was thickest: photographs, timestamps. Subject shows excessive empathy toward customers. Weakness can be exploited through emotional manipulation. Every act of kindness cataloged as evidenced. At the bottom. Loyalty Assessment Program Phase 3 Implementation. Signed, Tiffany Crane, Regional Manager. That evening, Daniel accessed corporate servers. The program spanned 23 locations. Tiffany's emails. "We've removed 127 problematic employees. Staff compliance is up 34%. Employees were tested through manufactured dilemmas. Those who chose compassion were marked for termination." Monday morning, Daniel walked in with a briefcase. "Attention, everyone. Gather immediately." "What's this about, Dave?" "My name isn't Dave. I'm Daniel Rhodes, CEO of Silver Maple Diner." Silence. Mia's cloth hit the floor. "I came undercover. You've been subjected to the Loyalty Assessment Program, designed to eliminate employees who show too much compassion. You were put in impossible situations. When you chose kindness, you were punished." The back door opened. Tiffany Crane entered. "Daniel, this is quite dramatic. I was explaining how you've been destroying everything this company stands for. The program improves efficiency. The board never approved this. You've been manufacturing violations and falsifying reports." He played the recording of Mia's breakfast setup. This is what you call efficiency, destroying trust, eliminating employees who care. You don't understand the pressure to meet targets. Following orders is more important than playing favorites. Effective immediately, Tiffany Crane and Ashton Reed are suspended. The program is terminated. Every employee forced out will be offered reinstatement with full back pay. Mia stepped forward, tears streaming. Thank you. No. Thank you for maintaining your integrity. 2 weeks later, Daniel called Mia to headquarters. I want to offer you staff culture coordinator. You'll develop a new code of ethics from the ground up. I'm just a waitress. You have integrity. You understand what it means to be punished for caring. I need someone who stood in their shoes. He slid a folder across. Substantial salary, full benefits, authority to implement changes. What about the people who were hurt? Public apology next week. Full compensation. A fund for job placement and counseling. We're committing to never let this happen again. That's where you come in. Mia looked up with tears. I accept, but I want to continue working shifts 1 day a week. I need to stay connected to their reality. Daniel smiled. Done. I'll join you occasionally. As Mia left with her contract, Daniel felt genuine optimism. The betrayal that nearly destroyed Silver Maple Diner had led to its salvation. Guided by a waitress who refused to let manipulation destroy her integrity. 6 months later, the Silver Maple Diner Employee Bill of Rights would become a model for the industry. But that afternoon, Daniel simply felt grateful that the best leaders aren't always in corner offices. Sometimes they're the ones serving breakfast at 7 a.m. with a genuine smile and an unbreakable commitment to doing what's right.